This English non-league team is dominating in a European competition you've never heard of, and you have to be invited by UEFA to play in it. But how did the club, who are currently mid-table in the Isthmian Premier League, get the call-up? We're going to find out what non-league away days are like in Europe, how the club are able to afford it, and how they're preparing for the finals in Italy. So what is this European competition all about? Let's ask the gaffer.
The chairman, he just phoned me in the summer and just said, look, we've been approached by a competition to play in Europe. And I was like, what? And then, he just said that, like this company in line with UEFA started this new tournament with fan-owned clubs from around Europe. It's been going for a couple of years now and they want to expand it and we've got an invite in. What do you think? So I was like, okay, just give me a day. So I did a little bit of research on it to see that I think FC United had won it a couple of years ago and then the Norwegian team had just won it, but the final was at San Siro.
Yeah.
So I was like, phoning back, I was like, how's that going to work with the league? And, there's questions. And then he just explained the format that you'd have like one at home before Christmas, one away before Christmas, and then the same after. And if you get to the final, it'd be after the season. So I just looked at it and I didn't think it'd interfere too much. And it's just a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I just said, if you're good with it, we'll go with it,
3 English non-league clubs were invited to this tournament: Lewes FC, FC United of Manchester and Enfield Town. The competition was set up by Italian side FC Brera and has received approval from UEFA. It's an invitational tournament for clubs playing at a non-professional level. The competition is into its 3rd season with BK Skier from Denmark, the reigning champions. And here's the format. 4 groups of 3 teams play each other twice, with the winners of each group playing in the semi-final and final. What is the level out there? How different is it to what we've got over here in England? Because 3 out of the 4 teams that have qualified for the semis and the finals are all from the UK, Enfield being one, and you mentioned FC Manchester.
Oslo were decent. Oslo had some good players. When we played them here, we beat them 1-0, but we should have beaten one more. But when we went to Oslo, I thought they were really good. We drew 1-1, but they got some good players. I think when they played us, they just won the 4th division out in Norway. So they're no idiots. And I think they take it less serious than maybe the English teams. So like when they're playing away, they'll send half a team or a lot of youngsters. Well, when you play them at home, they'll use it as a proper game. I think the English teams take it a lot more serious than maybe the European teams. I think they use it for what it is. But when you go away from home, I think it's a lot trickier than it is.
How different are the facilities compared to what we've got over here, especially here at Lewes? Because you've got the best pitch, certainly from you could even go like National League. This is the Premier League surface. You've got the stand. This is ready for the Football League. What's it like out there?
Well, the first game we went to, when we went out in Belgium, we couldn't play on their pitch because it was waterlogged. It was raining so much that it got switched to a 3G, which it wasn't particularly great in terms of facility-wise. The second one, the other game in Oslo, got snowed off. And so we had to go on a 3G as well. So it's hard. I don't know what their home grounds were like. We didn't play on the home ground. So we had, like monsoon conditions. It was ridiculously raining in Belgium. I was soaked. And then we got off the plane in Oslo and the snow was pushed up banks of it. And we was in the transfer going to the hotel and it was just snow. It was just everywhere.
Yeah.
What's the biggest difference between England and European non-league football?
I think the speed, I feel personally, is a bit quicker in England, so in our games here, but the quality I think is the same.
Technically they're very good, but obviously like the low block they play and the counter-attack, obviously it's been like English football now, but I thought there was a difference in between the 2.
I think physicality. I think most of the teams that we've played are quite physical, especially when we play, the way we play, they don't really like it, so they tend to be a bit more aggressive.
Less time on the ball. It's more about moments than it is about actually making stuff happen.
European non-league football, they're probably not expected that physical battle as much. So I think there were a couple of times where we were kind of getting in and around and they didn't really enjoy it. But then saying that, when they certainly kicked us a lot of times. So I don't know, maybe we didn't actually enjoy the physical nature of it.
I feel like in England they'll find different ways to try and beat a team, whereas I think in Europe they will try to stick to football as much as possible.
When teams come here, what's it like hosting a European game? Is there a little bit of a different buzz around with all the fans? Like you said, 1,200, 900. The fans here, which is a very community-based football club, fan-owned, they must love it. Did it give the fans something a little bit extra to come down and get more bums on seats?
Yeah, when I said it, it's the best atmosphere that I've had since I've been here, the Oslo game. It was just a buzz. Like when we came out in the warm-up, they were really, really early. It was like, I don't know, it just felt different. They wanted it, the locals wanted, you could just set, like, at first I wasn't too sure about how to play it.
Yeah.
Like, I mixed it up a little bit, but I could just tell like our fans wanted this. And, and even when we went Belgium, we couldn't believe it. We got off the coach and they were everywhere. Like, we went through the town and we see a load of them in the bar and we thought, there's a little pocket of them or whatever. We got to the ground and there must have been 200-300 in Belgium. And I mean, they were obviously enjoying the locals' tipple because they were rotten. We went into the bar afterwards and it was just like, I said to Vainsy, my sister, I can't get out of here, because we walked in the bar and they were just so drunk, like on you.
Yeah.
Like one guy was crying, "Wow, what you done for this club?" And I was like, it was a bit much. Like, it was like, obviously it was just a drink, you know what I mean? But even when we went to Norway, like, it was all our fans. Like, we probably took sort of 80 to 100 out to Norway. Like, they've embraced it. Like, and I'm pretty sure we'll probably take anything between 300 to 400 to Italy.
Yeah.
They've got T-shirts, I think there's bucket hats coming out, they're going for it. Like.
Could you prepare for any of these games? I know, like you say, it's a bit of a side tournament, the league's probably the priority, but could you do any research on the teams that you're
because
playing?
all the games are streamed live on YouTube.
Right.
So I've watched loads of the games. I watched FC United play last week, so I played a French team as well, I just sat and watched it. So you can, 100%, it's like, what's the point? Like, that's what I said to the players before, like, we're here, we're in this tournament, like, we might as well. Because I looked at it like, I try to give the players something different. We have a lot of players from different backgrounds, many of them who wouldn't have gone to places like Belgium and Norway, and I come at the angle that it's an opportunity for us to go and visit cities that we wouldn't have done. And if you win your group, we unlock something else. We unlock Italy. How many of you been in Italy? And there was only like literally I think it's 2.
Yeah.
But this will unlock Italy. So that's how we looked at it, like, get to Italy, like, get maximum games out of this competition. Don't let it just be a competition, like, get to the finals and go as far as you can. And now, I mean, I'd never been or heard much about Lake Garda, but since I've got there, every time I speak to someone, they're like, "Oh, I know Lake Garda, it's beautiful." I've been there. Like, everyone's going mad about it. Like, so we're looking forward to it.
How much did you enjoy the European tour?
I loved it, every minute of it.
Never done that before, so obviously a club like this, and obviously the boys, it's given us, it got us. It was really good, mate. Yeah.
So going away to Oslo, Antwerp, it was amazing, and just spending time with the lads.
I loved it. Oh, it was great, mate. It was unbelievable. Great time to be alive. Had a lot of fun. Got 90 minutes. Good experience as well.
Not many people get to experience that sort of stuff, so to be part of that is very grateful.
How does the club fund it? Because it's obviously very expensive to travel. Because your 2 games away were Belgium and Norway.
Yeah.
So how does the club fund that?
So it works that, like, the home gate you get. So I think as a home team, you pay for the flights and hotel.
Oh, okay.
And the coach to and from the ground, so that it's up to the home team to accommodate them. We just sat down as a club and just like, what figure do we need to get to in terms of fans to break even on it? And they felt about 600-700. Now, usually at Lewes, we're very fortunate enough. We get good crowds, so we just felt if we promoted it well enough, then we could hit them targets. And the first game was 1,200 against Oslo, and I think the second game was 900 and something. So we hit them targets, thankfully. The Oslo game, we had to put a bit in ourselves because it was quite a way to go just to come back, so we had to go for 2. So I think they paid for 1 and the flight, and we paid for the extra hotel night stay and that. So I think we've I'm pretty sure the club said we broke even on it, so we're all good to go.
Did it create a bit of a buzz in the changing room between the players?
Yeah, well, it was helpful initially because we'd lost most of the team last year. We got to the end of the season, and for whatever reason, we lost pretty much everyone. So we had pretty much a new group. So we've done all the coaching, but that bonding is very tricky to do, especially early on. So going away to Belgium was really good. Really,
Tell me about it.
Well,
the bits you can.
Yeah, good. So we met in London, got the Eurostar, got there, and to be fair to the club, it was really well organised. So we got there, and then the boys got a chance to go around Antwerp. So a funny story that I can tell you is, so we get there, and we had an itinerary. The club was really structured on it. So they had 4 hours to kill before we had to come for our pre-match meal. So I said to the players that it's really important that you go and explore the city. It's no point just coming here playing, having a couple of beers and going home.
This isn't the Champions League.
No, just go and enjoy the city. So they all gone on their separate ways. And so me and the staff were walking through Antwerp and we found a coffee shop. It'd been raining as well. And then we're walking along and my assistant was like, should we ring, it's about 3 hours in, should we ring some of the players to make sure where they are? And I said, no, listen, they're grown adults, so we've got to trust them, like they're enjoying themselves. And we literally come around the corner and we had the traffic lights. And he went green and he went, these electric scooters with all Lewes gear. It's raining and they're in the middle of the road zooming with electric scooters. And I was like, oh, for God's sake. So I phoned one of them. I was like, what are you doing? They're like, nothing, Gaffer, we're just walking down the road. I was like, oh, no, I've just seen some idiots on the scooter. I just wasn't sure if it was you. They're like, no. We could see them all dumping them and walking.
Were you one of the players that got caught on the electric scooters?
No, it's not a bit of me. That's more like the childish boy, so I'm a bit more grown up these days.
No, not me.
No, that wasn't me. I think that was Sam and Nate.
No, I was going to say probably not best not to do it, but I couldn't catch him.
Yeah, I was on the back of one of them with someone, but I wasn't on them all the time. I was only on it about once.
Were you one of the players that got caught on the electric scooters?
Maybe.
What does it mean for the football club to be involved in a competition like this?
It's mixed really, because obviously look, we've not had the best league campaign, what we thought, what we hoped. So I think it's easy and lazy thing to say, oh, well, we're distracted by the European stuff. I think it's a lazy thing to say. I actually don't think it has got anything to do with it. It's more to do with the fact that we lost 15 players in the summer. So I think that would have more of a thing. But I think one or two have maybe labelled it as that. But I think as a general rule of thumb, I think it's been welcomed by everyone. I think they've enjoyed it. I look at it that actions speak louder than words, and the fact that they're travelling in such big numbers to watch us play in this competition tells me that they're in it.
Yeah, and what's next for this football club? Because I've been here a few times and it is on the cusp of doing something great. Like when I think we came here last time, it was pushing for playoffs and it just fell short at the end.
We lost out in goal difference, 1 goal.
Which is tough at this level. Like you say, that could be the biggest catalyst of, like you say, losing players, because you've always had a very good squad here.
Yeah.
How do you rebuild that at this level in non-league?
Every year I've been here, it's happened. It's the only club, previous clubs I've managed to keep a core group and add, but it's not been the case here for various reasons, which I've spoke to the club about, and some of them are out of their control. There's nothing we can do, and we've had 5 go full time from us. So, you know, it's great in one sense, but obviously when we've sold players for a lot of money and it's gone back to the club and they're signing on, sell-on fees, and so potentially it could be really great for the club. But ultimately, I think you look around this place, for me, this is a National League football club.
Absolutely.
Right, the facilities are unbelievable. There's a 3G back there. It's sponsored by Lyle and Scott. I know it doesn't mean anything, but it's there. It's all set up. And I say it to everyone, the players, but until we as a club can keep hold of our players, then this is going to happen. It's going to keep happening because our brand's good. People want to come and play for us. But we've got to recognise, like, if we've got a good core of 7 or 8 players, before the season ends, we should have them tied up, bank them, and then we build around them, rather than it just being an absolute
in and out like a merry-go-round. Yeah.
Like all summer, like you're just like, oh no, bad news, and you're like trying to find one. You're driving here, it's like Danica. You're like, right, I'm coming, and then you're driving, and I'm not sure my missus can put up with another summer like that, because I'm saying I can't go on holiday because I ain't got centre half. Like we was literally going to go to Dubai, and I signed Ronnie Vint, our centre half, at the airport.
Amazing.
Going to Dubai. I was literally in Dubai, and she was like, flying. And I'm like, yeah, like, come on, mate, it'd be a great move for you. Like, I'm walking to the gate, like, I swear, I'm not even joking. My son's over there, you can ask him.
Yeah.
But she was going crazy.
But then you have little gems as well, like Ollie Tanner, which made headlines. And like I spoke to you when it was happening, and he almost went to Swansea, didn't he, before Cardiff? Yeah. Like, how difficult is it to find those little hidden gems? Or is there another Ollie Tanner coming through here?
I've had a few I've worked with some really talented youngsters, and they've gone on. Even this season, Dion Moore, like, he scored for Sutton United at the weekend. They drew 1-0. You see it, shot across goal, he scored. You know, he didn't have a club. Couldn't get in a cold short one, wasn't getting a club. We'd get him in and polish him up and give him a little bit of belief and some coaching. And I think 5 in the last 2.5 years have gone on full time from us. So it's good in the sense that as soon as you get to the summer, you have a lot of agents calling out. Look, we've got 2 now in this squad that I'd be very surprised if they don't go pro. Very, very. I know full well that this club's sniffing. So the captain, Arthur Penny, who's just turned 21, he's a superstar, mate. He can play holding midfield, which he did, but tonight he'll play centre half just because we're going to have to tactically do it. And our left back, again, 21 years old, superstar, mate. So like, there's clubs. I have it all the time. I have managers ring me, like even local, when I come into it, like Russell Martin shows a keen interest in what we do. I've spoke to Russ loads of time. I was speaking to Crawley last week. We've had Forest Green, and Danny Carley at Culture. So when he was at Portsmouth, we used to speak obviously about the Ollie stuff. So it's a reputation that I've had, in the sense that they tend to want to know, like, I have people ring me, who have you got? You got anyone working? And I go, yeah, we've got a really good left back. Because I genuinely want them to go on as well. So it's just finding that balance. I would always want to do that, but you would want 3 or 4 of them, and then you want your core squad around that. So you have a couple of youngsters, real talented ones, and then you have your core.
Yeah.
They've shown the way of how to behave and conduct themselves, and at the moment we cannot do that.
Arthur Penny, centre back or CDM. Was at Millwall since the age of 9, and then got released last year. So yeah, Millwall my life really.
What's your ambition?
Hopefully to get back into the Football League. So hopefully that's the case.
And what's it like captaining this side at such a young age?
It's quite an experience. I'd like to say that going into your first year at men's football, being the captain is quite a big achievement.
What's been the biggest difference from youth football to men's football?
Definitely the physicality, I'd say. Yeah, definitely the physicality and the the need to win, because every game means something, whereas academy football is not really like that.
So the semi-finals and finals in Italy, near Lake Garda, what do you hope to learn from that experience?
I just want to win it, if I'm being honest with you. It's as I said to the players, it's an opportunity that it's 2 games. Just 2 games, just win 2 games. Where people want to put it up as an achievement is, frankly, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because if you win it, no matter what you can say you've won a European
Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that.
You can win a European competition, people can put what they want. It's UEFA backed, they've put it up there, and if you win it, that's yours. And that's what I said to the players, like, you win that, no one can take that away from you. People can play it down all they want, but they're going, their season's over. You're going out to Italy for 5 days.
Yeah.